Hello guys and welcome to Genshin Impact. As you can see, I've got myself Zhao, Zhongli, Ganyu, and Ilu, but most importantly Zhao, since this is the new character and that's what the banner's all about nowadays. So. Anyways, as I was saying, this video we're gonna be discussing the theater of Mechanicus and how to easily defeat it. Now, I do not recommend actually using Zhao here. I mean, it's fine to use Zhao, I don't mind it, but there are better teams for this. For instance, Jean. Jean can pick up her enemies and throw them out. If you have Jean. Not saying you should have Jean. And Zhongli, he can petrify them. And his pillar stops them from moving. So that's a huge help. Like a big plus. Mona and Ganyu, I put them in this team because Mona does water damage and Ganyu does ice damage, which means they can be a duo that can freeze. Now I recommend you going onto this co-op, but if you don't have anyone to play with, use a team like this, or like this, at least have freeze on your team. This is the free-to-play team to go and do this. Geo main character, Sucrose, Barbara, and Kaya. And now if you don't have Sucrose, I do recommend you use the Animo main character. And if you have Diona, Diona's completely fine instead of Kaya. And maybe Fischl if you don't have Sucrose. At least something that can overload, so well, your life becomes easier in this. This is the free to play, and this is just what I use when going in there. This is, as you can see, commissioned. Now the OP people in this is Zhongli and Jean. Because Zhongli can stop people with his pillar, and Jean can just throw people out. But I highly recommend you go there with people who can freeze. I don't usually freeze. I mostly use Zhongli and Jean. And that's fine as well. But if you're free to play, please, I highly recommend you go there with a team that can freeze people. Now, I'm gonna show you a quick setup, the easy way to handle this. And when I mean the easy way, I mean really the easy way. It doesn't matter if it's this map or the other map. It really doesn't. This is the easiest setup though. Okay, on either side, either put water or ice. I put water on this side usually, and then I add the electrical one. And then for this side, I go ahead and put a cryo one and another electrical one. Now since fire is long range, you want to put them here. I usually put them here, here, and here. And these are for other stuff, like one ice, one water, one cryo, or one water, yeah, and then either electro or an animo. Now animo, you don't really need much use for it, and if you really want to keep building stuff and destroying stuff over and over again, then I recommend you build the thing that gives you more resources for it. As you can see, it's doing a lot of damage, and that's because, well, I have everything level 5. Because I've been grinding on this quite a while now. As soon as you get that, don't try and build the tower next to it. Go for these ones. It's gonna help you a lot, since this has a lot of range. See, as you can see, it reaches all the way over there. Now, this is how I usually set it up. I know there's cryo stuff coming out of there, but I still build it like that. Skip this. We don't, unless you want to get more points. Don't select any of these, unless you have a lot of building resource and whatnot. I recommend putting this here. The recovery mark 3 is what I have. Recovery mark 1 is fine as well. Gives a lot of resources. Now you see. Now electro is my main damage from over there, so I'm having a hard time taking those out. But then these back you up so fast. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Right, as I was saying, just do this, place that there, and they'll get stuck on it. See, that one's stuck there. It doesn't know what to do. That's why I recommend a Geo character that can play stuff like that. Ningguang does not count. Because you can pass through Ningguangs then. That's the only reason why. Next wave, monster defense is increased by 20%. Complete this fearless challenge to obtain additional Mechanicus sigils at the end of the stage. You always accept the fearless. It's gonna help you a lot to gain more points, if that's what you're trying to do. Now you see here that this is my base setup. You can put a fire one there, but I put an anemo one here, because 2 flames and an anemo can light the fire up real quick. Place this here, in case, right? Then 1 ice and 1 water, because melt and vaporize damage is the highest damage you can do in the game. Like, you can just forget overload. It doesn't really do much damage, so you don't really need it. But yeah, here you go. See, this is gonna be a problem, but then you can do something like this and it's done. See, the melt damage from that, it took its course. Now we can build one more for here, and I suggest building this one, because everything's focused right in the middle here. So you get overload, not overlord. Skip. We don't have a fearless. I don't want to try it out with any of those, because I feel like it deducts points. Pretty sure it doesn't, but still. This is my final setup, basically. And here we go. Look at that freezing effect. Okay, that doesn't seem like a problem. I'll just leave that there. You see that? The running start. These things are scary. That's why Sucro Sojin is useful in situations like this, as well as Zhongli, because they can just stop him from running. Same with Samachuros, same with Lavachuros, same with Rain Guardians. But Rain Grader, that's a different story. Rain Hunter is also a different story. you have to freeze those. That's the highest chance you have of actually going through with it. Look at how much points I have stocked up, and I am not even in any need of using it. Now it's best you change your setup for the final one, but this is usually the best setup. You don't need to change anything with this setup. But for the final setup, depending on what comes and what kind of damage you would like to do, you can change the setup however you like. There's nothing to complain about, nothing's gonna go wrong. It's up to you, and you entirely. It's Ruin Graders and Stonehide Lava Churls. Gives 25% fewer Vinicius points, complete this fearless challenge and obtain additional Mechanicus sigils at the end of the stage. You accept that. Right, I don't see any problem with the setup. I feel like 1 or 2 mobs might get past me, but that's fine. You still get a lot of points for it. Now, this is what I like about Ki. She can just throw them up in the air and push them back, which is amazing. However, that does not apply for Ruin Graders. See, that was really close. That's why you need to find a good placement for this so that they can not move further. See, it's having a hard time moving through that. That's exactly what I mean. Like, it depends on your placement. Easy. Nothing got through. 630 points. That's the highest amount of points you can get for now. Depending on the amount of fearless quests, extra quests that you get, that is. Easy peasy. Same thing applies with the free-to-play. Sucrose can stop them on their tracks. The main character can put boulders and surround the place out. But if you put too many boulders, they're gonna climb over it. So you better watch where you place the boulders. You can place maximum 3, if I'm not wrong. And that's really helpful, because you need to get constellations for Zhongli to place 2 of his stuff. The pillars. And in case you want to see the free-to-play, let me try it once again. Here we go. This is the first time I'm gonna be trying it out, so this might be a fail. But with the logic behind it, there's a very less chance it's gonna be failing. Here we go. Barbara, Kaya, Sucrose, and Aether, or Lumine, depending on which twin you choose. Right. It's like this. For now, it's up to 1.4 difficulty, and it'll increase as time passes. That's up to the height of how much it goes as I'm making this video. So tomorrow it's gonna be like 1.6, 1.8, and 2, if I'm not wrong. See, same setup here. Okay, you wanna put Electro, and then Cryo, another Cryo. I'm just taking that in for there, and then you move on to here. Electro, water, and let's just start this. Here you go. Right, it's there, in the middle. See,
吸引テスト開始。
if you're having any trouble with this,
安全距離確認。
I completely messed that up. That's fine. That's one that got away. That's because I didn't use my points well enough. Let's hope nothing else goes away, like gets past us. Cryo slimes. That's gonna come from the other side, hopefully. Which is actually the worst side it could show up from. We wanna keep a fire here. Right? And then start it up. Right. There we go. Slimes are coming from over here.
6308ユニット。
You can stop them there, which is really helpful. Put another fire there. To your support. You need that to be there. There you go. Wave 2 complete. It was only that one speedy Metachural. Now Metachural is not the one. We can stop this easily. It was a normal hill churl. The pyro hill churl that went past us. That's why I suggested you do this co-op, so that one of you can take water and the other one of you can take cryo, so that freezing becomes much easier. Now as you can see, as I'm doing it like that, it slows down the process, making it harder. So I had to focus on one area when I could just go to both areas. or wait somewhere and watch like I did with Jean Zhongli. That one was easier. Because Jean could just throw people away and Zhongli could slow down people faster. So that's how it is. Basically, that's the easiest of the teams that you could make. Just saying. Other than that, how many of you pulled Zhao? Leave it down in the comments below if you pulled Zhao. Or if you're waiting for Hu Tao, let me know. And that's the easiest way to play that. And now, with all that, I have these points that I can use in the armory to level up stuff. But I don't really need to level up stuff since it's max level for now. You'll get newer levels and whatnot later on. And in case you don't know where to use those jades, just go to event and see the Theater of Mechanicus, press that, and that's where you can claim the points, right? And if you want to use them, go to Zhao Market and then use them up here, which is entirely fine. Nothing wrong with that, as you can see. Right. So that's all I have for you for now. Until the new event comes, and the easier it becomes. Well, the harder it becomes, but then it's gonna be easier because of the characters I have. It might be a little hard. It's not always gonna be easy. Wonder how high level they can get at the ×4 multiplier. So yeah, until next time, I hope to see you guys later. This has been Genshin Impact.